Most people dream of their money working for them, but finding consistent and meaningful cash flow usually means huge investments and tiny results. Like if you're investing in real estate, an incredible return usually is 5 to 10% a year. But what if there is a better and more profitable way to do it? I have discovered a system that's a low barrier, highly passive, and works in any market, even if you're busy, so you can make 5 to 10%, not yearly, but monthly. And if you want the same tools I use to do this, you can have them for free. Just click the link in the description. So this is the system that I have been running for around 2 months now. And you can see that in PNL, so the actual positions of the bot is around $4,270. And the bot profit, which is the cash flow, it is around $3,970. So when we add up the total PNL, so this $4,240, and the 3,970, which is a cash flow, it will be around $8,211, which is an insane amount of profit for a $48,000 account without taking a trade, without lifting a finger, and just using a system that profits from the volatility, which I will get into in a minute. In fact, the bot you're looking at right now has done a 22% in bot profit, and it's up 23%. Now you might be asking yourself, okay, what is bot profit and what is PNL, and how as an investor or busy professional can I use this to my advantage? So think about this as a house. Every time you purchase a house, if it is for investing purposes, you rent it out to tenants, and those tenants pay you a monthly rent. Then with that payment, you will have to pay out the mortgage and other expenses. The difference between the income, which is the tenant's rent, and the expenses, which is the mortgage, electricity, water, whatever, will be your profit. Now, using the same analogy, here's how you can think about with bots. Every bot you have running is like a house. This bot, for example, I initially invested $13,546, and your bot profit is your cash flow. The only difference is that here you don't have to pay any mortgage, you don't have any expenses. So all of the profit, aka the rent of the house, is the net income. And it's currently averaging 0.32%, which is unheard on any other investment. And then the P&L is like the appreciation of your house. For example, when you purchase a house, it usually appreciates in value. It tends to be very slow, and sometimes the market even slows down. So sometimes you buy a house and then the value of the house might be even less of what you initially purchased it for. That is the same as the total P&L. So the value of the bot will appreciate as time goes by. And sometimes when the market is slow, then it tends to have a negative P&L, but the bot profit will always be up. Think about it as your house. You purchase a house, it appreciates in value, you have tenants there paying you a monthly income, paying you a monthly rent, but sometimes the house market slows down and then the value of your house also goes down with it. It doesn't mean you stop making cash flow because you still have tenants living there. So I hope that makes sense. But obviously, I see this as a way better approach than having a house because, well, you have to go through a bunch of paperwork. You have to put in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then you see a 5 to 10% a year. Here you can see that 5 to 10% a month, not a year. But I hope that makes sense. Now that you understand how this system can work for you, this is how it makes money. So think about this. When you invest in the S&P 500, when you invest in gold, when you invest in Bitcoin, any asset out there, the asset itself is never going to go up like this, or it's not going to go down like this either. It's most likely will be a combination between the up and the down. Well, this, depending on how much the coin or the asset goes up and down, this is called a volatility. And essentially what we want to do is instead of just profiting when the market goes up or profiting when the market goes down, we want to profit from the ups and downs of the market. That is in a nutshell what the system does using a grid trading system. And you can see actually how the bot has been working with this cryptocurrency when the coin dropped more than 50%, but the bot kept buying and selling at a higher price. And even right now, it's still selling and selling at a higher price because, again, it's not trying to predict the price of the market, but instead it's profiting from the only thing that is guaranteed to happen, which is the volatility. So in a nutshell, the system doesn't try to predict the price of the market. it doesn't profit by saying, okay, I believe the market is going to go up or it's going to go down, but instead it profits from the volatility of the market. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, when it comes to the setup itself, you will need to have two things. First is the cryptocurrency, and second, the settings of the bot. When it comes to the cryptocurrency, we usually advise to our clients, we advise them to use a cryptocurrency with great volatility, but also a coin with a great foundation, so we know the coin will go up and down consistently. And then the settings of the bot needs to cover enough price action so the bot consistently keeps working 24/7, which is another benefit because the bot will be working 24/7, making cash flow every single day. So when it comes to the cryptocurrency selection, usually I search for cryptocurrencies that are around 200 million in market cap to 1 billion in market cap. And we can go to CoinMarketCap and apply these filters to achieve that. So click on filters here, then a minimum market cap of 200 million, and then a maximum market cap of around 2 billion usually is the sweet spot. Then at trading time, we need to ensure that the cryptocurrency has indeed been trading for a couple of years. So we're going to do at least 3 years. And then in exchange, well, here you can use Coinbase, Kraken, any exchange will do just fine. Then I search from the lowest market cap to the highest market cap. So here, for example, we have CVX, and I'll just go to my demo account and I'll set it up here. So we click on start a new bot, Gridbot. By the way, guys, the system, the software for now, it's Bitscap. We select the exchange, the cryptocurrency, and then once we have the token, well, we want to make sure that the cryptocurrency indeed has been going up and down consistently. So we can see the value of the coin has remained pretty sideways for the last 4 years. And that's essentially what we're looking for. A sideways movement with a strong volatility so the bot can make hundreds and hundreds of buy and sell orders. And then when it comes to the settings of the bot, usually this high price, this low price, and move it all the way down here to this support level. And then the high price, I move it all the way down here. And then in manual adjustments, I increase this grid step percentage to around 1.10%. You just want to make sure that you always have a couple of red lines here. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are we using these settings? How do you know exactly what settings to use for the bot? Well, I have a full video breaking down the full system. If you click the link in the description, I will send you over that video because right now to get into all of the detail, it'll take quite a lot of time. But what you have to understand now is every bot is like a house. Every bot pays you a monthly cash flow. Every bot pays you every single day. And then the P&L is like the appreciation, and the P&L and the total P&L is the appreciation value of the bot, which can go up or can go down depending on the market. Then we can give it a quick back test as well to see the last 30 days, and we can see around a 10%, which is usually the expectation of what we have when we help our clients install the same system. Then we have to make sure trailing up is on, pump protection on, trailing down on as well. We don't use any stop loss and take profit because the goal is to have the bot running 365 days, 24/7. Since it's going to consistently keep making cash flow, there is no reason to shut it down or to have a stop loss. If the market does go down a lot, then what we will do is we will use some of those profits that the bot has done to ensure that the bot keeps buying and selling at a higher price. Then we click on continue and finally start the bot. Once you have the system running, this is how it's going to look like around so for example, this bot with conservative settings and a good cryptocurrency has done a 3% in P&L and a 3% in cash flow. So close to $1,000 here, close to $1,000 here as well, 3% in P&L and 2% in cash flow. And this one, well, this one very, very well because it's a very volatile coin. So yeah, guys, I hope this video makes sense. To have a full breakdown on how the system works, going step by step on what settings to use, just check the link in the description and I will send it to you. So that being said, God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.